Good morning, everyone. Come on in and find a seat. As we get started today, our call to worship comes from Colossians chapter 1, starting in verse 13. Today is the fourth Sunday of Advent, and with that, we have lit the fourth candle. We had our hope candle the first Sunday of Advent, our love candle the second Sunday of Advent. Last week was joy, and today is peace. By his death and resurrection, Jesus has taken a relationship that we had with God that was one of enemies and brought us peace with God. We were once enemies of God, but through the cross we have been reconciled. And so our call to worship today from Colossians chapter 1 is a reminder of what Jesus did to give us peace with God. Would you please stand with me in honor of the reading of God's word as we let God's word call us to worship. He has delivered us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. For by him all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities. All things were created through him and for him. And he is before all things, and in him all things hold together. And he is the head of the body, the church. He is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in everything he might be preeminent. For in him all the fullness of God was pleased to dwell, and through him to reconcile to himself all things, whether on earth or in heaven, making peace by the blood of his cross. And you, who once were alienated and hostile in mind, doing evil deeds, he has now reconciled in his body of flesh by his death, in order to present you holy and blameless and above reproach before him, if indeed you continue in the faith, stable and steadfast, not shifting from the hope of the gospel that you heard, which has been proclaimed in all creation under heaven, and of which I, Paul, became a minister. Let's join our voices together and celebrate our Redeemer. Faithful, joyful, and triumphant, O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. O come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Yea, Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning. Jesus, to thee be all glory give. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. God of true God, light from light eternal, humbly he enters the